I believe it's as simple as if she'd had a different teacher in intermediate, she'd still be here today.
When I asked Reiha how often had she stayed there, she said 3 or 4 times during term 4 and 4 to 5 times during the school holidays. I asked her where did she sleep, and she said it was in a spare room. They had a spare room. She keeps reassuring me that they're just good friends.
Reiha met Sam back at Gisborne Intermediate, starting in his Year 8 class in 2013. Sam back was aged 39. September 2013, Reiha is late with a writing assignment. Back allows Reiha to email for help over the school holidays. What began as help with writing became something else.
Dear Mr. Back, hope your holidays are good. Thanks heaps for the feedback and forward. It means a lot. Peace out, yo. Oh yeah, I'm 13 tomorrow.
Bonjour, Reiha. Good morning, darling. How are we today? You're the best, eh? Like really, I mean it. Amazing.
They started to text message, exchanging 4,000 messages in just over 3 months. On March 25, 2014, the secret started to tumble out.
"25th of March, Reiha lost her place at boarding school, and Reiha seemed to be in good spirits, and she went to bed that night, and later on Hiramore went in to kiss her goodnight, and Reiha wasn't there.
I'm not okay enough to be in this world. I feel like running away.
Do not run away. That will not help.
I mean, to you.
And as the constable from Tolaga was coming out, he came across a car sitting down the road here, and there was a teacher back, met them, and they had Reiha with them.
Not long after midnight, police found Reiha with Back and his partner Angie Mepham parked close by the McLelland's rural home.
The police have found them 900 metres here from the house.
Then directed them to bring her back here, and the first we'd seen was Constable Trafford coming up to the back door. He had Back with him, and Reiha was sitting in the back of the car getting hugged by Metham. Nothing really made sense as to why she would run away.
Because home is your safe place.
Back did not reveal Reiha's sleepovers or the intense email and text exchanges he had shared with her. Mepham, who was also a teacher, denied knowing Reiha. It later emerged Mepham was involved in the growing closeness between Reiha and Back. Reiha was sent to Gisborne Hospital for adolescent mental health care, then transferred to Wellington. While there, her parents received disturbing news.
The night before Reiha was transferred was when Back was seen with Reiha on the bed holding hands with her. So that incident was discussed amongst the staff the following day, and a decision was made to make a formal notification. That's when I asked this nursing staff if they could bring me Reiha's cell phone. I had Mr. Back's cell phone number with me, and it was under a different name on Reiha's cell phone, not Mr. Back. There was a lot of texts and a lot more than what we had been led to believe.
I was thinking Friday or Saturday night.
You know the deal. As long as your bases are covered, mi casa, su casa.
Don't worry. Don't I always have everything sorted?
You have to be open to the possibility that there might be more going on than you're aware of, and so you're going to have to be prepared for this. And when you're in that position, you get frightened.
In April 2014, police began an investigation. The way police carried out the inquiry has been questioned by Reiha's parents. Detective Sergeant Theo Ackroyd was the police officer in charge of investigating crimes against children. He was also chair of the Gisborne Intermediate Board of Trustees. Ultimately, he was Sam Back's boss. A trainee detective investigated for 2 months, focusing on the messages between Back and Reiha. No charges were laid. The trainee detective told Gisborne Intermediate Back was well-meaning but, in his words, got sucked into a situation he had very little chance of controlling. Reiha was banned from spending time with Back and Mepham while police investigated. A psychiatrist later said Reiha's loss of contact with Back was similar in impact to that of a divorce.
In one way, you could see it was a relief for her that she didn't have to carry that secret. You could see she felt a sense of less burden having to carry it. She could talk a bit about it with us. I tried to explain to her that even if he wants to be a special friend, he's actually not allowed to. There are special rules and conditions that teachers work to. And even if he wants to be, he just isn't allowed. He could lose his job. And she told me, Mum, I know that. He's already told me that. But that just goes to show you how much he must care or how much he loves me. And at that point, I just remember thinking, you absolute mongrel bastard. You've completely manipulated her.
With the police inquiry over, Reiha's parents made a formal complaint about Back to Gisborne Intermediate. Then, in July 2014, the school gave Back a serious warning, but let him continue as a teacher. Reiha seemed to be improving. Mental health staff believed that she was ultimately well, but suffering under the burden of secrets.
And while she was looking ahead, we still knew she was in a sad place. But we weren't on track yet, but we were getting there.
It was just going to take time.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, but that's what we thought we were making progress.
For a time, it seemed life would return to normal. On July 28, Back was told the outcome of the school's employment inquiry.
The school sent a formal letter to Mr. Back on the 28th of July about the outcome of their investigation and that it would be reported to the Teachers' Council. And Reiha took her life on the 31st of July.
And there's also 3 calls on Reiha's cell phone from unlisted numbers on that 28th of July as well. And we can't discount that they're not from Back.
Back denies making the phone calls, and there is no evidence of any contact with Reiha after April 2014. "18 months after Reiha died, the Education Council heard the case against Back and Mepham. Mepham, who taught at a different school, was cautioned over her involvement with Reiha. Back was found guilty of serious misconduct and struck from the teachers' register. Back is now barred from teaching. For Reiha's parents, every month since she died has led to discoveries about her relationship with Back.
New stuff kept coming up, hey?
It just kept coming up all the time.
And it was coming up backwards.
An inquest into Reiha's death took place from August until December 2016. Through lawyer Moira McNabb, the McLellands have pushed for answers from health authorities, police, the school, and the teachers. It is hoped through the coroner's finding that the situation which led to Reiha's death will not happen again.
No family can go through this or a child lose their life and there not be lessons learnt. And Reiha was far too important, too beautiful a girl with so much ahead of her that there has got to be some lessons learned from this. Is I don't want in the future another parent coming to us and sitting down and saying, why didn't you do anything? We have to be able to look that parent in the eye and go, we did everything we could. We did everything within our power, within the process, to do what we could